Hello, this is Jeff Malone, the X is Silent, here with a review of the October 13th, 2012 episode of Saturday Night Live with host Christina Applegate and musical guest Passion Pit. Let's get right into the sketches. No really great sketches from this episode, but there were a couple of good ones that were almost great. He had the trailer for the movie "Give Us All Our Daughters Back." Um, some excellent concept here. Some solid moments. Always welcome to CJ as Denzel and his moment of just asking the other person on the phone some questions just to shoot the breeze was an inspired moment, and Steven Seagal ordering a pizza was also worth a laugh. But I felt like this one could have been excellent and was a slightly missed opportunity. They could have done more with Jason's Harrison Ford, but it's still good enough to be almost great. And then there was the Gillette ad with Adrian Brody, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Andre 3000, and Jerry Sandusky, which was just wild, crazy sight gag that amazingly SNL has managed to toe the line of potential offensiveness with sketches inspired by the Penn State scandal. They had this fake commercial parody and the Coach Burt sketch from the Steve Buscemi episode last season. Now the Gillette ad, I might end up thinking further along down the road that this was better than my first impression had me thinking it was, because there wasn't really much of a joke here, as much as just isn't that crazy, and it was crazy, but it's one that's hard to analyze. But I did know that it was funny, that it was generally successful. Onto the good that wasn't almost great. The VP debate for the cold open, the Californians, Tech Talk, even Seth on Update had his best night in 2 years, maybe. He might have had a decent night one point last season, but this was definitely the best of this season so far. He's not terrible, or at least he wasn't this episode. Yassine Pedrad is Ariana Huffington on Update, and then Jean Cajon on Update, and then the Sirens sketch, which was a bunch of fun, with the Sirens singing female singer-songwriter or girl group songs from the 90s. It felt like something like, how did they not come up with that before? It felt like such a timeless sketch, and it's always nice to hear a rendition of Lisa Loeb's Stay. And okay, the mediocre monologue, the Halloween ball. Why do they keep doing these sketches at the Booker T. Washington School? They provide a few laughs, but who knows? Then the Jillian Chiz Dance Studio, which was the 10-to-1 sketch. And the monologue was mostly stupid. One of the worst concepts that they've ever come up with for a monologue. Could have been one of the most boring monologues of all time, but it was saved by the appearance of the Fruppets. Was that who they were? Along with Dane Cook, one of Jason's best impressions, but they don't always have cause to use him. There wasn't really much of a sensible cause to use him this time, but I'm glad that they thought to fit him in. And no truly bad sketches. As for Passion Pit, their first performance, their first song, Take a Walk, was at least as good as I would have hoped for. Their second performance, which was Carried Away, was a little disappointing. Not their best choice from their current album that they could have gone with. Anyway, apparently lead singer Michael Angelakos had a bit of his bulge was showing a bit. I didn't notice. Surprisingly enough, I would expect to notice that sort of thing. Yeah. Overall, I would give this episode a B. I'd give it B Jeffs out of A plus. So yeah, this season's moving right along. No bad episodes so far, and few mediocre or bad sketches. Jason Sudeikis seems to be looking good. I wasn't sure if he'd be coming back this year, but he seems to be re-energized. He's like, if he's still gonna be here, he's gonna work it, and he has been. And I think he was the MVP of the night for this episode. Coming up next for Saturday the 20th, we've got host and musical guest Bruno Mars. I don't know what that double duty pulling is all about. We shall see. So I will see you then. And